This week on the Wild West Bass Trail.
Oh, good God.
The inaugural season is complete.
There he is.
We'll look back at the exciting road to the championship.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that is a humongous fish.
The challenges these anglers faced.
Good pleasant bass, baby. Oh!
And how the West was won.
Good Wild West bass right there, baby.
Yes. Got him. That's the biggest fish I've ever caught out of.
This is a good one.
That is a giant. That is $18,000.
Wild West, baby.
Wild West Bass Trail is the brainchild of Gary Dobbins and Matt Morgan. The Dobbins name has dominated Western fishing circuits for over 25 years.
Dobbins ride.
As the all-time money winner in the West, Gary's desire was to create a circuit that emphasized the anglers first. Matt Morgan is a two-time Crappie Masters national champion and a successful competitive angler for over 10 years. These two joined forces to create a unique tournament trail.
There we go.
An exclusive Western playing field where 100% of entry fees are paid back in winnings. The stark Arizona desert was the backdrop for the first ever Wild West Bass Trail Pro-Am event. Sponsored by Lucas Oil, Lake Pleasant failed to live up to its name. An uncharacteristic cold front descended upon this sand and water oasis, shutting down the bite.
Kind of frustrating because you can see them on the electronics down there. And
Day one ended with Elite Pro Clifford Perch leading by a slim margin. After another frigid night, the leaders found the going tough.
Oh, man.
This opened the door for Arizona angler Johnny Johnson.
Man, what a tough day. I moved from the area I was in, came to another spot that I did okay in practice. As soon as I got here, caught a fish. As soon as I got here. I just wanted to get a check out of this tournament. It's that tough.
Jumping from fourth place, Johnson won the first ever Wild West Bass Trail Pro-Am with a two-day total of 17.87 pounds.
Great job. I know you're happy.
Next stop, California, and the Super Clean Showdown on Lake Shasta.
So we're having a good day today. We caught 2 limits early. We were culling by 9 o'clock. And the name of the game on this lake is Main Lake Points, and that's what we're doing. There's another one. I mean, this point is loaded. We are sitting on such a pot of fish. This is what you can get.
Oh boy, we got a nice fish here. He's shaking, folks.
After day one, Randy Pearson led by less than a half a pound. The rest of the top 10 trailing within 3 pounds.
Nice job, Randy. Best of luck tomorrow.
Day two dawned cold and clear, with wind predicted in the afternoon. Second place, Zach Elwright picked up where he left off.
This is a good one.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Look at that. This is gonna win it, dude, if I can load up on these.
Randy, you needed 12.28, and you're going to come up a little short of that as you had 10.33.
When the scale shut down, Zach had edged out Randy Pearson by 2 pounds to take home the championship.
Hey, I'm right here with Zach Elwright, who won our first ever Wild West Bass Trail Pro-Am. Zach, you won on Lake Shasta. I know you pretty much homesteaded a point. Did you find that in practice?
You know what I did? I found it in practice, but I found the secondary point just beyond it.
The second day you had some company come in, and did it spin you out any?
I think what spun me out more was trying to navigate around the company that I had on that point, but not so much the stress of, are these fish going to be here? Are these fish going to be caught by someone else? I had a really good clue on what those fish were doing. I was dialed in pretty well, and I had a really good feeling that I had that figured out.
What was your best overall bait?
The best overall bait was my Kitech 2.8.
Small bait, I'm surprised.
Small bait for that time of year. Yeah, that lake. Yeah, and fished real slow.
Congratulations, you're an awesome champion, and look for many more championships from you.
I hope so. Thank you very much, Gary.
We will be right back with more on the road to the championship here on Wild West Bass Trail.
The most versatile fishing machine on earth. Unparalleled resolution and clarity, with more agility, lightning speed, and brute strength. HDS Carbon takes rapid response performance and screen technology to an all-new level. Maximized power, maximized visibility. See Structure Scan 3D, new dual chirp sonar, new live network sonar, and more mapping options, all at the same time and faster than ever before. Arm yourself.
You bought her many years ago, and she's been there for you every day since. It's because you've taken care of her, pampered her. Only the best will do. That's why you choose Lucas Oil Marine Products to protect her. Every day she starts, gets you there, and gets you back, even after all these years. Lucas Oil Marine Products, because it's no fun to walk back to shore from the middle of the lake.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin. Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
Wild West Bass Trail is brought to you by Lucas Oil Marine Products, made in America, sold to the world. Ranger Boats, driven to dominate. By Evinrude, official engine of the Wild West Bass Trail. General Tire, anywhere is possible. And by Yamamoto Custom Baits, because what you fish matters. The Wild West Bass Trail was established as the premier Pro-Am circuit in the West. Wild West paid out over $1 million in its first year, setting a new standard for Western tournament trails. The big money payouts continued at Lake Havasu, the third stop on the Wild West Bass Trail's inaugural season.
Let's get it on.
A week of warm weather turned on the big fish.
Yeah.
18.51, 1851, sir. Great job. Second place, 19.
When the dust cleared on day one, Shane Moline brought a huge bag to the scales.
22.00. Congratulations, sir. Awesome day.
The weather held for day two, but our leader ran into some bad luck.
I hooked a big one. I don't use a drag system. I crank them all the way down, and my hands are a little cold, and I just couldn't get the button pushed. There's one. Yes! I needed that coal.
As the anglers came to the scales on day two, the trophy was up for grabs.
We got a new leader again. 19.96, 1996, Kevin. Let's see what we got. Killing me. Don't be a little short, man. 14.53.
Kevin Hugo edged out Shane Moline to take home the honors and a big payday.
Your champion here, Lake Havasu. Great job, sir. Proud for you. Good payday.
The fourth stop on the Wild West Bass Trail was Lake Oroville in Northern California.
The real story here today is the weather, isn't it?
You know it is. We're going to get 3 to 4 inches of rain a day, 30 to 40 mile an hour winds. This is going to be an endurance test, but these guys are pro anglers, and you know that's what they're out there to do.
This is a great time of year to hit this lake. A lot of active fish. This lake is just loaded with spotted bass.
Oh, that's the Lake Oroville chunk right there. 14.64, 14.64. A new leader, everybody. Oh boy, folks, we've got a big one. 8.60 pounds. New leader, 1565.
Our day one leader, Jason Cordiali, had a 1 pound lead over local legend John McClellan. Overnight, Oroville raised 10 feet. Changing conditions created a wide open race.
Feels like a better fish.
Keep. Oh yeah, baby, come on.
Yeah. Come on, girl. Yeah. Nice one there.
This is a good one. Stay on, baby. Yeah. There we go. That's the type of fish we're looking for.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah.
Day two weights fell off significantly, except for one young angler, Alex Klein.
You got 5 in there.
Oh, I got 5. I got 5 good ones a day. It was a pretty good day.
Oh, sounding confident. I like that. You do have 5 good ones, Alex. Whoa. We're going to have a new leader, folks, I'm assuming. Alex has got 16.46 pounds.
Our day one leader fell to 4th after weighing in just 7.31 pounds. It came down to one angler, day one runner-up, John McClellan.
You need 1037. You think you got it?
It's going to be close.
Oh! He needed 1037, folks. He's got 1046. That makes John McClellan our champion on Lake Oroville.
Here with John McClellan, our Oroville champion, in the nastiest weather we've had in a long time. Brought our lake level up like 10 feet overnight. It was pretty absolutely awesome. Day two, started out a little, I believe you were gonna run up into some dirt, up and the water got dirty and made you back out, and you went to a running creek pattern.
Yeah, that's really what I did to finish out the first day when I was essentially practicing. And then I had some fish way up the river that I was saving that I was pretty sure that I could fish real defensively and catch, possibly another 10 pounds. And Mother Nature wasn't gonna have it. Half that lake was swollen. I think it had come up probably 15 feet, and there was 8-10 miles of river blown out. It was just chocolate mud. So I had to stay lower and fish those other lower waterfalls. But luckily the day before I had a chance to kind of fish them because I kind of already had good fish in the live well. And so I had confidence to fish down there lower.
That's good. Didn't you catch the single fish too?
Oh yeah, I did the second day. I caught quite a few actually, yeah. There were especially that water dirtied up a little more. I think we needed a little bigger target, and it really got into some flooded grass, and that fly in that grass just doesn't really work.
Thank you, John. You're an awesome champion. We really appreciate you at Wild West Bass Trail.
Thanks for the opportunity, Gary.
The most versatile fishing machine on Earth. Unparalleled resolution and clarity, with more agility, lightning speed, and brute strength. HDS Carbon takes rapid response performance and screen technology to an all-new level. Maximized power, maximized visibility. See Structure Scan 3D, new dual chirp sonar, new live network sonar, and more mapping options, all at the same time and faster than ever before. Arm yourself.
Launching a Ranger aluminum boat that's cut full of holes may sound a little crazy, but with so much closed-cell foam inside, it's easy to see the added safety and stability. It's a huge confidence booster, especially with so much quality inside, along with ever-new D-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Ranger aluminum is built to excel and priced to be yours.
Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin. Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
Wild West Bass Trail saw tremendous success in its freshman year. The first ever exclusive Western circuit to have full TV coverage, showcasing talents of West Coast sticks. As the season progressed, the boat count increased, and so did the competition. Wild West quickly became the premier circuit to fish on the West Coast. Central Arizona and Roosevelt Lake was the site of the 5th stop on the Wild West Bass Trail. This desert mountain lake was poised for tremendous fishing. With a spring pattern in full swing, big bass were locked on the shallows.
That's better. Big old large out there, huh? That's number 5.
Day 1 was dominated by Justin Kerr, leading the field with a 28-pound catch.
We're gonna go 28 pounds, 6 bait, 28.68, buddy. Great job today.
Day 2 saw the pack make a hard charge at Justin's lead.
Come on. You're done. That's what I'm talking about, son.
Justin wisely protected his lead on day 2, putting a limit in the boat before targeting bigger fish.
Got him. Senko. Yamamoto. Again. He's not as big as I thought, but should definitely help.
Day 2 saw big fish cross the scales.
Need 1894 to push the leader right now. Way to go, sir. Look here. 20 pounds, 20.83, sir. 28.3. That's the Yamamoto toe. 1061, sir.
This is where all the line stops right here.
You need 1235 to send Scooter off that chair over there. Here, we're going to add 15.20, sir. 15.20. Scooter, great job. Let's give him a round of applause, man. Great job, John. He only needs 474 to tie. It looks like he's got that, sir.
Justin Kerr defended his lead by weighing in a solid 12 pounds.
12.05 today, sir. 12.05.
Justin's day 1 lead held up, taking home the trophy for the Ranger Boats rivalry on Roosevelt. Leading into the last regular season tournament of the year, the General Tire Duel on the Delta.
Total performance. Nowhere could it be more defined than in the Ranger Z series. With unparalleled advancements, these rigs are driven to dominate. Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and up to 500 hours with no dealer schedule maintenance, they're the ultimate fishing machines. The legendary leadership of the Ranger Z500 series. It's the kind of feeling nothing else can touch. Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
Is there a place where the underwater images are the clearest you've ever seen? We're seeing every fish, we're seeing every detail of structure, and where every bottom contour was visible, where whatever you wanted to see below the surface was real. Do you want to go? Structure Scan 3D is the future of fishing. We can show you how to find fish faster and catch fish in a way you've never experienced. Let's get them.
You bought her many years ago, and she's been there for you every day since. It's because you've taken care of her, pampered her. Only the best will do. That's why you choose Lucas Oil Marine products to protect her. Every day she starts, gets you there, and gets you back, even after all these years. Lucas Oil Marine products, because it's no fun to walk back to shore from the middle of the lake.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin. Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
Wild West Bass Trail is brought to you by Lowrance, for anglers who want it all. Dobbins Rods, fish to win. Super Clean, super easy, super fast, super clean. By P-Line, Because we fish. Gator Guards, the ultimate in boat protection. And by Adirap Industrial Decals, official graphics and sign provider of the Wild West Bass Trail. Wild West Bass Trail's unique off-limit period and 2-day practice created a level playing field. This tried and true format attracted the best anglers from the West. With live-streamed weigh-in shows and national TV coverage, anglers flocked to the West preeminent circuit. The 6th and final stop on the road to the championship was the General Tire Duel on the Delta. Many of the western lakes are clear, deep impoundments that demand light line and finesse baits. The California Delta breaks the mold. This largemouth fishery produced big bags the first day.
Come on up here, Ken. 21.87 pounds. We've got a new leader on the pro side, folks. 22.31 pounds, and that's Sean Minderman.
At the top of the leaderboard was Richard Dobbins.
Yep, we've got a new leader on the pro side, and that's Richard Dobbins with 25.40 pounds.
His Yamamoto toad of the day tipped the scales at 9.54 pounds, anchoring a 3-pound lead over the rest of the field. In the past, the Delta has had Richard's number. Leading several times heading into the final day, Richard has stumbled. The pressure was on this versatile northern angler to close the deal. Day 2 weather conditions changed dramatically. Cloudless skies and significant winds challenged the WWBT field. But these Western pros didn't miss a step.
There he is. I got him.
Right on.
The big story of the day was Nick Nero, who climbed his way from 14th to take the hot seat on day 2.
22.63 pounds.
Last to cross the scales was our day 1 leader, Richard Dobbins.
Let's weigh it up.
Yeah.
All right, he needs 14.24. He's done it, folks. He's got 19 pounds even. Richard Dobbins is the champion of the General Tire Duel on the Delta.
You know, it was a pretty surprising deal, Rich. I've seen you in the top 3 numerous times, but you haven't been able to close it out. This time you closed it out. How did it feel?
Felt great. You know, execution was just good. Finally kind of fished flawlessly, which is a big problem with the Delta. There's so many variables, big fish, heavy cover. I mean, you're bound and determined to lose a couple big ones every tournament, and finally had a tournament where they all hit the carpet.
Did you learn some things on the Delta, some things that'll help you going forward?
You know, you learn a lot of little subtleties, how they're really positioning on, on that current and stuff, which I never really got it before, never really pinpointed how they were positioned on those weed flats and those edges and stuff. Maybe there's just the one time they were just, out there. But I did learn a lot. I learned a lot to use for next year's tournament.
Congratulations, buddy. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Closing out a very successful inaugural year, Wild West Bass Trail descended upon Lake Mead for the Lucas Oil Western Classic. Competing for nearly $200,000 in cash and prizes, our anglers attacked this rocky desert lake.
Oh, nice one. Yes! Fish number 3, baby.
Lake Mead was stingy. Day 1 saw just 15 limits weighed in, as Brian Smith took the lead by just a half pound over Jim Hawks.
10.82, 10.82. I believe that's new leader, guys. Great job.
Yes! That was a good one.
Day 2 saw a shake-up at the top of the leaderboard, with Ken Ma surpassing Smith and taking nearly a 2-pound lead, setting up a showdown on day 3. Early on day 3, our leader Ken Ma stumbled.
Oh!
High winds mid-morning changed the playing field, forcing our anglers to make adjustments.
That's the kind you want on Lake Mead.
When the scales opened, 4th place Ty Al surprised the field.
801, 801, new leader, guys.
Day 1 leader Brian Smith stepped up with another limit.
8.12, 8.12, new leader.
Taking the lead, Brian watched as Day 1 leader Ken Ma came to the scales.
Tough day for 131, 131. I know it's a tough day.
Brian Smith held on to win the Lucas Oil Western Classic and take home contingency money and a brand new Ranger Z520 with an Evinrude G2 engine valued at over $66,000.
Bryant, you come to me at the draw night and you said something about don't make you fish 3 days. give me a little help here, buddy.
Well, we had 3 days of practice, and I practiced from daylight to dark, and I got 2 keeper bites that whole time. You know, I wasn't looking forward to it at all, but I made some adjustments, you know, from what I found in practice, and it worked out really well for me.
You did a great job. I know that. I know on day 3 was a challenge. I mean, you were really struggling early on, and you made a complete change. Tell me about it.
The wind picked up that 3rd day, and what I was doing before with the fluke, I don't think they could find it in that rock and water. So I had to change to a rip bait that day, and you know, fishing the same general pattern, but just adjusting my bait so they could find it. And again, it worked out really well for me.
Tell me, what does that mean to you? What the Wild West Lucas Oil champion have to say?
Oh, I mean, that's a dream come true. It really is. You know, that was the first Pro-Am win I've ever had, and you know, it meant a lot for me to fish against the caliber anglers that you have on the Wild West Tour, and you know, to be fortunate enough to win that just meant the world to me.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you very much, Gary.
I hope you win many more, and I know you're going to.
I hope so.
Thank you for watching the Wild West Bass Trail, the preeminent Pro-Am circuit in the West. Join us and fish a tournament as a pro or an amateur by going to wildwestbasstrail.com and register.